Kathryn Pape has a Bachelor of Arts from West Virginia Wesleyan College. Kathryn is the owner of PAPE Creative Education Services. Kathryn has spent 30 years in education research of cognitive curriculum specializing in personal energy idea development and kinesiology. She is a teacher, a trainer, and she also conducts workshops related to self esteem, creative thinking, and professionalism. Catherine shares with all ages the fascination of reverse or opposite thought power, word sensationalism, and her favorite, inner chromatology, a science concerning physical sensations or feelings made by inner sound and inner color waves. Catherine founded the field known as human energy conservation, better known as Better Uses of Me by Me. Catherine is a sound and color practitioner, opening clients to the world of frequencies, composing the individual's biofield. She is a published author as well as a contributing author. Always like the first time, understand your personal pleasures and rekindle the child within. Reveals the magical command power of the word light. Anatomy of a client, negotiating with your real self, identifying the human as a biofield is her most current publication. She also contributed to the book Pearls of Wisdom, a second strand. It is an honor to introduce Kathryn Pape for a discussion about anatomy of a client, negotiating with your real self. Hello, I'm so excited to present author Kathryn Pape and my beautiful moderator for a discussion on her book, Anatomy of a Client. Welcome, Karima. Welcome, Kathryn. How are you?
I want to thank you so much for having me on tonight. I was just thrilled when I got the invitation.
You are so welcome. So welcome. So, I have a few questions. I read the book. I fell in love with the book immediately. I want to thank my moderator, Karima, for connecting me with you. I'm elated to have you here, and I'm so looking forward to this discussion. So, I do have a few questions for you.
Okay.
Where did the idea for anatomy of a client actually birth from?
The book itself came from taking notes. I already was familiar with certain kind of energies, working with children, my own and others. And I was hearing the word biofield, so I started looking it up and found out it was given as a name that I used to call aura when some scientists met in San Francisco. And I thought, okay, I would really like to know more about this. And so as I studied the biofield, realizing it was a field around a form, and I was used to the idea there were always a field around forms on like in quantum level. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to use what I had also been working with, which is called kinesiology. And I saw the muscle test was about fields, one field coming in contact with another. Now, the title, that was a miracle, if that's what you want to call meditation and waking up with a message. And the thing about Anatomy of a Client is so not me. I'm not a good marketer. I'm a teacher and a consultant and trainer. And for it to say anatomy, I'm not in the medical field. I thought, what? Why? Anatomy of a Client. Well, later on, I went ahead and just made the outline. But the things I was finding out about for me, such as color, which is one of the chapters, had all types of secrets in it. And I loved to wear colors, and I would find myself drawn to certain colors, and they were my favorites. But I also could see that not too long from then, that same color was just totally repulsive. And so I was feeling led by color. And since color is light energy, I began to say, okay, if light has something to do with energy and I'm affected by it, I'm attracted to it, what's going on? Am I energy also? And of course, that was coming out that we had more human energy and more people were talking about it. And doctors were doing all kinds of tests, like even a field they found around the heart. So I knew the biofield had to be connected to our life force, which we call human energy now. So the title was Miraculously Channeled, and the book, as far as I was writing it, was done by topics. So in kinesiology testing, I found the best colors, I found the best musical sounds, I found the best having to do with even certain medications that I literally was customizing energy. And it was amazing. So dealing with the book,
Awesome.
it came
Wow.
from a guide. It was be a guide. And I thought other people need to know they can customize their own energy, and it's their life field, their life force, and they need to preserve it. Okay.
I
And
can relate to that, and that is very true. Energy is currency. It really, really is. Without energy, it is almost impossible to get anything accomplished. Very, very true. So, my next question for you, Kathryn, how important is understanding the impact of knowing your true inner self?
that's just like what I was saying. I started customizing the energy around me and in me. And this understanding was now more important and more fascinating than what I would look out on and see. I could prove the things I was suspecting because I'd go back to sciences, like all the stages of water, that they went from being, a fluid form to solid, melting, going into gas, going into plasma. We're over 70% water. So I thought, hey, is it possible that those stages have something to do with our feelings? And I was right, because I could relate to being angry, not the heat, but angry when I iced up. And I could feel such pain being so angry that it was like ice cubes trying to force themselves down the blood vessel. And then I also saw, well, when it's just a fluid, that's when I'm at peace and things are going fine. But I could relate also to the steam, the gas, when I laughed and laughed and laughed and felt just such a lightness. And at times I would have a beverage, I would feel light also. But I began to see that even the foods I used to want to eat, they were changing, and many of them held the colors of the colors that I was resonating with. That really was a good one. I wrote that down and put a big X next to it because it needed to be emphasized. So the customizing of energy was so important for you to learn your real self. You are this energy, because I could even ask that. I could say within myself and in meditation, and I would get that yes. And it was so much like the soul or spirit was trying to relate in different terms, different terminology. It was all the same. So that just delighted me. So to understand yourself and understanding is so important to be happy. Now, do you want to be director of your life or do you want to be the victim? And I saw, I definitely wanted to be directing my own life. I wanted to be stronger at co creating, having a real input. And I learned too that our bodies are electromagnetic, and the electros, electric, well, Charging comes from whenever you do positive thoughts, because I could feel it. And I like the word like because I could say, I like, and I like, oh, I really like, and it really charged. I could feel the rising. And later on, I was able to see the energy in words were actually changing. That our English language has an awful lot of acronyms and meanings that are just need to come out so that we have higher and higher energies in us. And so understanding yourself is paramount. What else are you here?
I agree. I wish, like, I'm sure we're all on that journey back to self as we're born into the world. I kind of think that, and it saddens me sometimes. Some people don't make it back to themselves, but I'm definitely on that journey, and I'm so grateful for this information. It seems so simple, but it's so paramount, like you stated. It's very important who you are if you want to be happy. That's
Mhm.
just the bottom line. So my
The other
next
thing,
and last
okay,
question.
I
Mhm.
just wanted to say
Please go
that,
ahead.
what was important has to do with you decide at one time, are you affected by your environment and other fields, or do you affect them? And that was another study that we can talk about.
Interesting. That kind of reminds me of nature versus nurture.
Mhm,
That
mhm,
comes up a
mhm,
lot in my
mhm.
therapy. Interesting. Yes, I would love to dive into that. I'm very fascinated. Especially environmentally wise. Love
Right.
studying the
Mhm.
impact of environment. And like you said, also the opposite of that, how we impact the environment, because it definitely goes both ways. There is a balance.
Right.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you for adding that. I think that's important.
Mhm.
So the last question I wanted to ask is, how powerful is intention?
Oh, I put a whole chapter on intention. That I found to be what we call
That's why I asked.
a true motive. It's the truth in you of why you're going to do something or set a goal or whatever. And so the intention is literally your own personal nurturing of truth that's right for you. And when you have the intention to work more to understand your life force, because you're happier, you feel the sensations, you're making them, you can change them, you're really in control. It turns out that you want to always keep that speed up. And as I was studying it and keeping notes and then eventually put the book together, I saw that the most important intention as a biofield was to maintain the speed, rapid speed, through positive thought, through being able to trust yourself. If you had some ailment or something, to know that that's an imbalance of your own energy and to get away from many things you were taught about cause and effect. What's happening now in my studies is that inner chromatology is a brand new color causation. a new
Mm.
causation. It's color and sound. So they are the two we have to address first in order to make the balance come in. And sound could be like, I like tuning forks, I use them a lot, or I'll hum or sing. All of these things are frequencies we were never taught to make be important to us. And the book is trying to pick out the 12 most important topics that you, as a biofield, because they're not going to be new to you. You've heard of color, you've heard of sound, you've heard of definitions, you've heard of words, you've heard of all the ones, but not addressing it as a biofield. It's so different. And my intention is to feel inner peace that I make and to keep it, oh, as much as I can, because I know I'm the only one that can cause it to go away. That's really good. You don't blame yourself. You praise yourself. It's okay. And that good for intention? Your intention tonight is beautiful. You're nurturing the truth of what we're learning about biofield.
I am elated. Yes, yes. I'm so elated to have found your work. And I also want to ask you, hopefully, you will agree, to come back so we can dive deeper. I want to know more and understand more about inner chromatology and
Ah,
human energy
human.
conservation. I love
I'd love to.
energy.
I'd love to. I would
Who
love
wouldn't
to.
love energy? I work very hard to stay balanced. I love self care tools. I love self help books. Gratitude is a powerful tool that really helps balance my energy throughout the weeks. I would love to have you come back and we have and more discussions. I want to
Yes,
thank
because
you for sharing your
there's
knowledge
so
and your
much.
work
There's
and
so
your
much
book.
about the words. We want to talk about words the next time. Fascinating. Okay.
That would be awesome. Yes. And
Woohoo.
I'm loving the books. I want to thank you for my gifts. I treasure them. I keep them right here in arm's reach at all times. Thank you, Karima, for connecting me with Kathryn Pape. This has been so amazing to work with you both.
Oh, yes, yes. And that's how I feel. Thank you. Thank you.
Karima, is something you want to add? My Karima, is there something you want to add?
Yes.
She,
Please do.
When it comes to words and internal words, can you hear me clearly?
yeah, yes, yeah,
Yes, you
yeah.
sound amazing.
Okay, so
Yes.
when it comes to words and internal words, some
Uh
words you
oh.
have to take out of your vocabulary, and some words you have to incorporate. You have to integrate new words to have different change.
True.
So, in order to change your energy, you first change your thoughts, and then you change your thoughts, you change your frequency. And as you change your frequency, when you incorporate like a difference between a okay day, a good day, a great day, a phenomenal day, they all carry different frequencies, internal frequencies. So and let them go and obsolete. In order to change your frequency code, you have to upgrade and integrate who you are or the frequency tones that you're vibrating to. So
Yeah,
as you do this,
yeah.
um, it will give you a different energetic, like you're flowing in abundance versus focusing on warrior and scarcity. So this is what these frequencies does to realign, to reassess, to recalibrate, and to integrate release the old values, incorporate the new. That's what I would like to add.
Yes.
Mm.
I love it.
Beautiful.
I love
Beautiful.
it.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank you.
I'm on that journey. It's a true journey.
Mm.
Um, rewiring, relearning, um, retaking, like taking your power back. And even with me, I'm reparenting. I'm breaking it down to reparenting myself. Learning vocabulary words have power. Um,
Mhm.
just like silence has power. And learning to keep your vibration high has so many benefits. So many benefits. And I'm just grateful to be connected with you both because y'all are helping me learn so much on this journey. And I just know that it's divine. And I'm grateful. And I love you both dearly. Thank you so
Mm.
much for that. We have to do this again soon. Please.
Good. Yes.